is the research ethics, and I compile all the points as far as possible after studying important literatures, and I compile this way. These are the minimum points which one have to remember in research. Ethics has different types of meaning, and told the story that ethics is present everywhere, just like God is in everywhere. There is a follow or not follow. This is the most important thing. And in case of research, there should be also ethics you have to follow. And if you do not follow, I told you what are the consequences. Now these are the main points. Honesty. In ethics you have to remember there should be honesty. Honesty you have to have, is a minimum thing, and everybody, even you also know, yes, honesty has to be there. You also know it. Honesty, without honesty cannot do it. But the thing is that sometimes you forget honesty also in certain cases. You have to be clear about how many, what is your population, what is your sample, how you are collecting the data, whether you are collecting the data sitting at home in the desktop, or you are visiting, suppose, in the field and collect the data, that honesty, or whether you fill up 100 forms, questionnaires, and put there 300, is your ethics, is also ethics, is your honesty. It's up to you. So you have to follow honesty. Neutrality, you have to be neutral in the research. You should not have some conception. Suppose in your research area there are several people are there, respondents, and you are treating some people differently, some respondents differently. Some respondents you are treating differently, and other respondents treating, then you are not neutral. Or suppose you are putting something of your own knowledge into a study which is not found by your research. You are putting something of your own idea in the research, in the thesis, which is not found by your research. Many people do it actually. Some people write very good things in their thesis, but which is not found by that particular research. But they put something very good as findings. This is also not neutral, it is biased. But put your own thing there, you are biased. You put own thing, but it is based on your research. Then you are neutral. You understood this point? And what is it? Careful. So be very careful in doing research. When I talk about research, it's not only research in commerce, it's not only research in economics, or it is not in the research in Europe. There are two types of researches. One is social and another is scientific, pure research. But these are common. These elements are common. If you research in, suppose, it's a scientific research. You understand what is scientific research? We are all doing social research. But these things are common. You have to be very careful. You are dealing with some people. Suppose you are doing some research, cutting the body and inside as a biologist. You are doing some sort of research, and you are not careful, then there will be a problem. The same thing if you are not careful in collecting data. When you are visiting from field to field for collecting data, and suppose you are not careful in certain cases, then also you have to be careful to collect the data. This is most important. And integrity, you have to have integrity. That research you have to learn it. Some people say when you see now several topics. Now you can be given several topics. You can take only one topic. Many teachers write telling you topics idea. You also choose 20 topics. I advise you. Write 20 topics. Then cut 4. Right? 4. Select 2. Go for 1. There's a formula. Select 2, go for 1. So that go for 1, when you go for 1, that particular thing you have to love it. You have to be integrated with that. Integration or integrity. You have to have integrity with your topic. There should not be any carelessness, and communicate. That is the most important thing. Actually, that should have been, I could have been gone this way. That comes last. Anyway, when you research something and find something, you have to have the guts that you can communicate to the world. Many people don't do. When you get the PhD, then is somebody that says, get the degree, get the job, get the promotion, everything is over. But you are afraid to publish your thesis in a book form. Many people are there. And they have done something seen and seen not seen. You have done the research, PhD, you can go for publication. It will be your publication, your book will be there. This is a book for you, complete book for you, publication. But you don't dare to do that because you have done something which is seen and seen, not to say like that. Like you have done something which you should not do. So you have guts to publish from the day one you write the thesis. I represent scholars. From the day one you write the thesis, start the thesis. From that point you remember, I am not doing this for PhD. I am doing for a book. It will be coming up or the world will see my book, my findings. With that attitude, if you do it, for the day one, your work will be very nicely going on. And quality will be excellent. And after getting degree, go for permission here and get published the book for, will be another edition to you. In quality, one is PhD, another book. Both are qualifications. So, anyway, communicate the results. Whatever result you communicate, not keeping like this. Then, intellectual property, remember, what is intellectual property? IPR, intellectual property right. IPR will require intellectual property right. The intellectual property, suppose I have discovered something or I have invented something or I have written something as my intellectual property, and you are taking it, you are writing your own name. People have done law in the past, but now we call food legal. Non-discrimination. Suppose you are going for research for collection of data in certain field, is something very leverage. Suppose, and there you are treating differently to some people and differently to other people. But simple example, there are many things like that. So those people feeling bad, you treat everybody equal, all respondents equal. All your respondents are equal, you take them equal. That is neutrality, non-discrimination. And confidentially, your sacred things to be done secretly, please do. Remember this line inside one of my, not directly teachers, he was my guru, not PhD guy, his name was Banik. He has done a lot for me in life, spiritually. He was a professor of the department of this department and then MBA department also. He has got 5, 6 years. I was very close to him, differently. He told me these things. Do sacred things, but secretly. Don't expose immediately what you are doing. Suppose you are doing some research, you tell you I am doing this. You can tell the topic, but not more than that. Remember, don't share with anybody. It's up to you. If you want, no sir, what am I doing? Every world should know it. I am telling everybody. Then when you submit the thesis, then it will be regularized. People will be using it, and then people will be telling you are using them. So sacred things, do secretly. Secretly, it's a guidance. And it also confidentiality. And this is one thing I have said confidentiality, but regarding confidentiality, you know, there's something else also. That's what I do. This I personally told you, jokingly told you, but it's essential also. But another thing you see, suppose you have collected income of 2,000 people of the country, of the state, of the district, of the city, income, returns, and they have given you. Or you collected data about what diseases people are having. Common social research, scientific research. You collected made a study of what type of disease which people are having. These are confidential. Should not publish. Keep it secret. At least publish what can be published, but not the names. That is confidential. You are taking research. So whenever you go forward with a questionnaire you make, scheduled questionnaire make. At the top you must learn 4 or 5 lines. And one of the lines is that the information given by you will be used strictly for education, for academic purposes, and same will be kept confidential. You have to write that line. You all have to know it. Why? This is the point. This is the point. Tell them your information we shall not use for any other purposes. We shall use it. Short question if you think this way. And if you are careful that their information should not be misused. Use it only for academic purposes and keep it strictly secret, means confidential. I have picked up it and written, it's one of the factors. You like it? Okay. Then mentoring. Mentoring means, when you do the research, nobody is expert in the world. Nobody is expert. Nobody is expert. Expert is only one person, that is Almighty. And you cannot reach Almighty. We are only here. So when you do research, you get mentoring from someone. When I do research, I'll take some mentor. So that person, little bit more that person knows. And guides are given, so guides are given to you. Same way, guides are given to you. They say someone must be mentoring you. You need that. And it's not that you have to always do under guide. Odil Kumar Sharma, whose name I told just now, in 1948 he joined Guwahati University as a student and he passed in 1950. This university was established in 1948. And that person passed out in 2 years. And he wanted to PhD, and there was no guide. The university allowed him to do PhD with his own guide sheet. Yeah. It doesn't have any guide. You can find these cases somewhere. It didn't have any guide like you and me have. You understand? So this is a different thing. And you know, after the PhD, it's not that always you should run after a guide. You can do a lot of research yourself. But I'm also doing a lot of research now. Not for my PhD or not for academic research paper. But what I am doing in my own, so whatever I want, I research. I take mentoring and I don't take mentoring. It's my own. Sometimes I feel that I ask him, I do it. I ask him to do it. When it comes from inside, to take some guidance from someone, I do it. But sometimes I just want to see it, what is it. Anyway, mentoring cannot be denied. Mentoring is very, very important and please come. Social responsibility, remember, for every research there is a social responsibility. Social responsibility. You are doing a research and you are being paid by the university. Are you getting money? Yes. You should say, sir, I paid money to them, whether I paid admission fees. But who paid this building? This electricity. And you've been in all these things for 5 years. You should pay, say, 50, 60, 70, 1 lakh. But more is spent on you. Who is paying teacher salary? Who is paying guy salary? Did you pay? Then the university paid for you. This establishment they have given you. And this money is coming from all public money, all taxpayers' money. And taxpayers' money and public belongs to the society. So whenever you do any research, you must remember you have a responsibility to the society. Very good to understand? Social responsibility. I have told research ethics. I have put this way. But in internet in book you can find different way, but I have put this way for you. You may be liking it. You make it in your own style when you write in the exam. But I am putting the point in a very capsule time. So this is accepted, social responsibility. Whenever you are doing research, it's not I have done research, it's my thing. I'll keep in my box and put it. No, give to society. So if you have to give something to the society, from now on you think how I should do the research and then I can give something to the society. Right? It will inspire you. And your work will be a bit better, at least whatever you do without this knowledge. And then non-discrimination I told you. Human resource protection, this is the most important thing. You should not do some such research which affects the human resource. You should not harm anybody. Human resource does not mean you have to like killing or something, murdering. Not only that. You should not harm the people in any way. Not even their prestige, not even their image, not even their culture. You should not do it. You should not. You know, just citing a story where I went to Indonesia in Lombok and there was a fall. We wanted to see that falls, waterfalls. And we wanted to see, we were in a group. And there was, waterfalls are there and some foreign girls came there with scanty dresses. And I saw them what they were doing and my group was doing. And they went to there to take bath. It was a very nice taking bath. That is darkness. But it is to Mukita about. They point to Mukita to they come to so take step back. Silently. Because what I'm mother I will not take. Step back. Go for girls. I don't know them, which country I don't know. Something was written there nice in the signboard. Do not do some such thing which harms the local culture. Do not use such dress which may harm or degrade the dignity of the local culture. You cannot do, it's written or not written. I am not saying that example. I am telling about your research. You should not do any such research which may harm some human resource, some people. Should not be. Harming does not mean physically. In no way should. It should be very polite in collecting the data. Very polite. Somebody should collect the data. Convince to give you the data. You have to give like this. Or you say government is sent me, you have to give. That is wrong and dishonesty. You go mix and collect what you like. Anyway, professional competence. Professional competence. Without it you cannot go. You need to learn a lot of software these days. Without it, if you go, the wrong results will be coming. That's why after researching, you have to go for those softwares. You call it custom software too? Software class? You call it? SPSS and many other things. I'm not talking about that topic now. When software, you have to know. You have to know leveraging software, other softwares, technology that you have to be. You can go for say online data collection that you don't give any paper But online, you have to know how to make a Google form, how to share it, how to analyze it. This is the thing that professional companies upskill and reskill. And you have to animal care. You have to care animals. And common practically, you have to take care of the animals also if you are doing that type of research. Even if you are social research also, you can find animal, you may go for dairy and other things, poultry, may find the animals that you have to research. But take care that you don't harm them. Take care of them. And legality, that's the most important thing, legality. It should be legal. You should not do anything illegal. Something which is illegal, you cannot do it. Always free. So whenever you go for any topic of research, social research, or whatever it may be, you have to know the laws in the country. Like for example, that day, I was just gossiping with you that day, that class, and I was telling that ultimately that Almighty, you don't believe I can find a research topic there. And I told you that Almighty is nothing but taking nature. And then I told you nature means environment. And then I told you environment is environmental accounting. Right? It's a very important topic for research all over the world. Now this environmental accounting, suppose you are researching in India or in any other country, you have to know which are the laws passed in connection with environment. Like Environmental Protection Act 1986. Like many other acts, I don't remember, Water Act, Environmental Act, Pollution Act. All these acts you have to know to make it legal. Your study. So whenever you take any topic, whatever topic you take, remember ethics and remember that one of the points is legality. Without legality, without maintaining the legality of that area, you cannot do it. Suppose you want to do something on education and you don't know what is NEP 2020. This is Act passed in 2020, National Education Policy. Suppose you don't know, ignoring that and making research, you cannot do it. You cannot do it. It is ethical that you go by the Act or recent Act also. It's implied. Like that in any other country, see the laws, their acts. So that's what I mean by legality. So these are the, in very short, this research ethics I compiled here, and maybe presentation different in some other books, otherwhere. But I want to give you some ideas, I think, what research should be, and what ethics in research should be. Thank you. Please subscribe the channel.